This is the busiest flight route in the world. The domestic South Korean trip between Gimpo Airport near Seoul to Jeju Airport on Jeju Island is taken by over 14 million people each year. For context, that is almost 40,000 people a day that take this 1-hour flight. In this video, I will show what it means to be the busiest flight route in the world and why the trip between Seoul and Jeju is the most traveled flight path. Let's start by addressing the question, what does it mean to be the busiest flight route in the world? For one, there is a lot of competition. There are almost 10 different airlines that compete for this route. Looking at the route itself, you can break down the total number of people flying the route into 3 different figures: flights per day, people per flight, and days in a year. There are about 130 flights per day on this route, with planes flying from 6 in the morning to 9 in the evening, meaning that a plane lifts off every 7 minutes. On average, there are 300 people on these flights, and for days in a normal year, it is 365, which is probably the most surprising fact of this video. Multiplying these 3 figures gives us the busiest flight route in the world, with over 14 million people traveling it each year. So why is this flight route specifically the busiest flight route in the world? There are 3 main reasons this flight route is the busiest in the world. First, there is a lot of people that can take this route. About 50% of South Korea's population lives in the Seoul region, which is about 25 million people that could take this route. Second, it is a popular place to go to. Jeju is the primary tourist destination in South Korea for Koreans, and it is also a popular destination for tourists flying into South Korea, where they would often arrive at Incheon Airport and then go to Gimpo Airport to fly to Jeju Island. Third, there are few alternatives to this route, with Gimpo Airport being the main domestic airport close to Seoul and Jeju Airport the main airport on Jeju. Other modes of transportation, like taking the train down to Busan and then a ferry to Jeju Island, takes much more time than the 1-hour flight, and with Koreans also having limited time off work and don't want to spend a lot of time on the traveling itself. There has even been a proposal to build an undersea tunnel to increase the ways you could get to the island, but that has not happened yet. The large concentrated population in Seoul, the popularity of Jeju Island as a tourist destination, and the lack of alternatives to get to Jeju makes the Gimpo Airport to Jeju Airport flight route the busiest in the world.